I'm going to show you how to change the low beam halogen headlight bulbs in a Golf. It's a little tricky because of restricted access and you can't take the entire headlight out, which would make it easier, without removing the bumper, and we don't want to have to do that. Okay, so with the halogen units at least, the outside bulbs are the low beams, the inside lights are the high beam, and the daytime running light. I will do the high beam and the DRL bulb in a separate sort of sister video because they're slightly different. So open the bonnet and then take a look at the headlight unit, and you'll see that on the back of the headlight are these rubber caps, 3 in total. This is the high beam, and the middle one is the indicator, and this one on the outside is the low beam and the one that we want. So it looks a little inaccessible under the wing there, but that's not really a problem. So the first thing is to remove the rubber cap. It just pulls off like this. It's very easy. Just don't drop it down into the engine bay or you'll lose it. Now if you get a look from the right angle, or if you just stick your fingers in there, you'll find this black tab approximately in the middle of the opening. That is the bulb holder, and what you need to do is get a hold of it and twist it anti-clockwise. Now it can be quite stiff, so you need to find the right angle to get leverage. Once it goes, it'll be loose of its clip, and you can carefully pull the bulb out backward and free of the car. And again, be careful not to drop it, or you could end up with shards of bulb glass all through your engine bay. So this is the bulb and its holder. The Volkswagen design has the entire bulb holder and connector removable, which is slightly convenient. Now you need to unplug the bulb from the holder. It just pulls straight out as shown. The bulb itself is an H7 type, which is very standard nowadays. Just by the way, I'm not following my own advice here, but you really should wear latex gloves when handling these bulbs, as oil from your skin will shorten the bulb's life if it gets on the glass. Okay, new bulb just goes back in. The bulb and the holder are keyed, so observe the shape and just orient them correctly first. They go together like this, and then just plug it back in and push them together until these metal springs on the holder are in contact on both sides of the bulb, and then it's ready to go back into the car. And that is just the reverse of removal, obviously. But be very careful not to scratch or damage the bulb as you maneuver it back into the reflector housing. I found it much more helpful to look from the front of the headlight through the hole than it is to try to see anything from the back. So I suggest you do that too. And some patience is required in finding the correct orientation for the bulb holder clip. It'll only go home in the one correct orientation, and you may need to rotate the thing around a bit until you find it, because it's not immediately obvious which is the correct orientation. Once you've found it, it'll push forward, and you'll be able to twist it clockwise home, and you will hear it click quite decisively. You will then want to turn on the headlights and test that the bulb is working properly. And finally, put the rubber cap back on the back of the headlight. That's easy to do. Just make sure that it's properly on all the way around the rim. So that was the right-hand headlight that I showed you. Now the left one is a little trickier because the fuse box only gives you a few inches of space behind the light, but it's only a little bit worse and is otherwise identical. And remember, you should replace bulbs in matched pairs, assuming equal age. Then if one failed, then the other's going to die soon anyway. Right, I hope that was helpful. Have fun.